Chipotle is desperately trying to hire people right now. Restaurants across the US are struggling to hire people and are desperately understaffed. As a result, Chipotle are offering incentives to bring people on board. Chipotle is desperately trying to hire people right now. You may have heard that the US economy took a hit at the start of this year, where new jobs numbers were well below expected. Well, it hit the food industry hard. In March, there were more open jobs in the US than in any month since record keeping began in 2000, rising by 597,000 to 8.1 million jobs in total that are open. The restaurant industry in particular is really struggling to fulfill their staffing needs. They lost 2.5 million jobs in 2020 and only gained roughly 440,000 back in the first quarter of this year. Based on this, it seems that people aren't too keen to work in the food industry at the moment. Chipotle have put together a plan to overcome this issue. Chipotle are improving wages so that the average employee will earn $15 an hour by the end of June and wants to hire 20,000 workers in total. It's also created a career path for employees to earn $100K a year salary as a manager in just 3.5 years at the company. There seems to be a disconnect between the restaurant workers and their potential new hires as to why they aren't keen to take up new jobs. Some restaurant owners say it's because unemployment benefits expanded during the pandemic, whilst future employees point to the low salaries, the high requirements placed on working in these industries due to the pandemic, and violations of workers' rights that have gone on. And I think that there's no reason that both of these can't be contributing factors. To be honest, it's hard to see these jobs as appealing, even at $15 an hour average, given that people will be earning more than that, which means that people will be earning less than that. I get that the job doesn't have high qualifications to start, but the rate just isn't that appealing, especially when so many customers treat these workers terribly. More so, if the gap between unemployment and working isn't that great, then having to deal with a bad situation just isn't worth it. Also, I think there's still a general issue that even though we are moving away from the pandemic, there is still a general lingering fear that stuff can happen or that it will go backwards. In general, people just don't seem as excited to go places as they once did. There are plenty of people that are excited, but the numbers I don't think are quite the same as before of people who go out to places. We were already facing issues with people being too comfortable at home rather than going outside, and that's only become worse. Demand for eating out is only going to increase, however, and I think there has been more of a disconnect between going out for fun as opposed to going out for stuff that we have to do. That is, people want to go out to do fun stuff like eat at a restaurant, but people would rather stay home in ways such as working, so less people want to work at a workplace in any industry, let alone in restaurants. I think the food industry in general have to improve their working environment to get more people back. With the rise of remote working, freelance websites, and various other ways to make money from the comfort of home, these types of workplaces are going to find it harder as we go further into technology. It's just the reality that it's a harder sell to get people to work in entry-level jobs when they could be staying at home in the comfort of their home, especially with new age ways to earn money from home. What would it take to get you to work at Chipotle? Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this, chuck me a like and subscribe to see more like it, and as always, good luck.